For those of you who follow the channel for a while and have listened to my messages, you wonder, wow, you know what, Spirit is giving Peachy these messages and it's so easy for her to go ahead and deliver them. Sometimes it's not so easy, people. Sometimes I get these messages and I get these spiritual downloads and it takes me some time to figure out how to deliver them to you. I have my interpretation as to what is given to me, but I have to figure out in a way to deliver it to you where you will understand where I'm coming from, because it's kind of hard to verbalize. Because sometimes the messages don't come to me in the way of verbal cues. Sometimes they come to me in the way of images that I have to interpret, and I have to kind of give it to you in a way where you can understand what I'm saying. It may not just be words. Sometimes it could come in the form of a song that I know. And I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to deliver this message to them when I remember this song from back in the day? So I mean, sometimes it takes some time, and sometimes I have to do an audio, listen to it, and figure, oh wow, it's a little bit too convoluted. I'm gonna have to toss it. Sometimes I have to do it 2 or 3 times before I get the right one, and then put it in a video and present it to you guys. So it's not always that easy. I wanted to put that out there because I didn't want you guys to think that it's always easy peasy. Sometimes it's a process for me. So with that being said, let me go ahead and give you the message of the day. And it's about women insecurity. Now, first of all, let me go ahead and just say right now, all women are not alike. For those of you who are brought up to believe that all women are the same, that's not true. Uncle Joe, Smoke Eye, Pookie, cousin Daryl, whoever it was, who think they know everything about women and always seem to have problems with women, or never seem to keep a good woman, but always seems to have advice about women because they make these general statements about women, but they're an expert about women, but their fruits are very, very suspect. They seem to be the one that gave you the advice about women. They were wrong. All women aren't the same. Just wanted to put that out there. And I kind of go into detail about that in one of my previous audios, go through the list. And but I do know one thing that a lot of us prefer to have, and it has nothing to do with sexual orientation or race or anything like that. But in general, there's one general thing a lot of us women like to have, and that's security. We like to feel secure when it comes to certain things. We like to feel secure when it comes to certain relationships that we have with people. We need to know that certain things are solid when it comes to certain relationships with people. We need to feel secure. We need to know certain things are solid when it comes to certain things in the home. There's just certain things that we need to know that are solid. And there's certain people in our lives that we need to depend on and expect them to be that source of solidification. They need to have our back. They need to be our ground. And whenever that's jeopardized, that can cause a lot of trauma, and that can be the source of a lot of trauma for the rest of our lives, and it can affect our decisions and our relationships with people for the rest of our lives. It really can. It affects how we trust or do not trust people. It affects our lack of stability in our relationships. It affects our lack of commitment or commitment with people, because deep down we're afraid that we're not going to have that with anybody because it wasn't given with us. And it's a sad thing. But some of us, when we finally grow out of that, because what happens is we have that scared little girl who felt betrayed, who felt abandoned for whatever reason. It could be physical, emotional, financial, whatever the case may be, who suffered that betrayal, lack of trust, or whatever the case it was, whatever the situation was as a little girl. No matter how old they got, deep down that scared little girl was still there. So no matter what they tried, educational, finance, romance, whatever the case may be, they never were able to keep those things because that scared little girl had a tendency to come out and mess everything up out of fear of not being able to keep what they had. Because they were afraid that they wouldn't be able to keep it because it wasn't kept for them when they were younger. That scared little girl always came out and had a tantrum and messed up everything. But those of us who are lucky enough to come across the right situation with the right people in the right place at the right time to help us put that little girl to bed, to put that little girl in a permanent timeout, to send that little girl packing and finally grow up. We finally were able to learn how to fight our own spiritual battles. See, we weren't looking for somebody to come in on a white horse and be the knight in shining armor for us anymore. We weren't looking for Superman to come in and swoop in and take care of us. We weren't looking for somebody to come in on a rocket ship and take us away. We weren't looking externally for somebody to come in and fix something for us anymore. We weren't looking for that anymore. See, we decided to look within ourselves and realize that we had the power within ourselves to summon our own protectors. We were able to contact our own protectors. We were able to reach out to the Creator ourselves. We didn't have to go to anybody else to ask anybody else to go get somebody up high for us. We didn't have to do that. See, we were busy looking to the left, to the right, to the front, to the back, to the to the down, to the over. We were looking at this place and this organization and this person and this guy and this. To do things that we were able to do within ourselves, we were too afraid to look within ourselves because we weren't strong enough. We had the power within ourselves to be able to summon our own. We were able to create our own spiritual relationships with our own Creator. There the whole time. We were able to get our own strength, draw our own strength for ourselves, to be able to handle things for ourselves. And because of that, that new strength created a new beauty that shows on the outside, and we started to draw our new type of people towards us, strong people, supportive people. We were surrounded by a new type of energy. So what happens is, guess what happens? Because we have a new type of energy in the way we present ourselves, we speak different, we walk different, we look different, we talk different. All of a sudden, the same people who abandoned you and left you before, they're feeling a certain type of way because, see, you don't interact and deal with them anymore. You're not chasing them down. You're not all up in their face. You're not even asking about them anymore. You interact with them when you have to, but you're not giving as much energy to them anymore, and they feel that. They're curious. They want to know what's going on. They don't understand. Some of them might paint you as crazy. And the funny part about it is you don't even care what their opinion is of you anymore. You're a different person. All that good stuff that was bottled up on the inside and packed in the closet door has flown open because you sent the little girl packing. See, the little girl had the key to that closet. But you took the key away from her, you sent her away, you got the key, you opened up the closet, and all that good stuff, all that treasure is out now. See? You've tapped into your power now. You don't need Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. You don't need all that. Save that for the comic books. You are the superhero. You go to the Creator gives you what you want. You need guidance, you need support, you can get it. Anytime, anywhere, anyhow. You need knowledge, you've got knowledge. You've got resources. been there the whole time. You don't wake up worried and frustrated and concerned and everything else. You wake up blessed and thankful. And you walk in that spirit all the time. Instead of worried about what are you going to get, you wake up in the morning thinking about ways you can give. That's what you do. That little girl is gone. So if you're still one of these women who still has that little girl inside of you, try to find someone who has overcome. Get connected with that group of people who have overcame. Listen, learn, understand. Stop looking for Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Spider-Woman, whoever it is. Stop looking for some superhero to just come into your life and to fix everything. You are the superhero. With that being said, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Peace to you all.